Welcome back, everyone. It's Sunday sit-down time. I'm joined today by Stefanie Golan, the Mizzou women's soccer coach. Stefanie, thanks so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me, Chanel. Really excited about this fall and excited to talk about the program.
We were joking a little bit earlier. I had no idea the season was 2 weeks away now. So what's the preparation been like for you guys?
Well, all summer, it's really on our returning student athletes and the incomers to do the work over the summer on their own to be prepared. From the NCAA standpoint, we don't get access to them until August 1st starts, and then we hit the ground running. So we've had a couple of days of training so far. We have an exhibition this Sunday, so that'll be our first look at us against another team, and we'll see where we're at. We're really happy with how they came back. Returning players, you can tell, put in a lot of time, and the newcomers want to make some noise in a good way. So we're excited.
I'm sure that's pretty challenging. I looked at the roster, 11 newcomers, I think I counted.
Yep.
So how has the transition been like for them, kind of getting in the groove of things so fast?
Yeah, I think one of the great things is most of them have been here for the month of July. So they've been kind of on their own doing captain's practices, and so they've been integrating into the team prior to us starting in August. And so they've gotten used to Columbia. They've gotten used, some of them, the weather. The humidity is a big change for many of them. But they had an opportunity to play together, to train together, to do the not so fun conditioning together. And now that we're getting after it and we have games to look forward to, I think it gets a little bit easier because you have kind of, Sunday we play Memphis in an exhibition, so they have that to look forward to. And then each week you have that new opponent to look forward to.
Obviously, year 2 for you this year. Last year kind of seemed like leading up to the season, you had a few back and forth, like you were mentioning. Has this off season been a little bit more focused for you to preparation?
Yeah, it's been nice to be here. Clearly, like having been here a year myself now, and my boys are acclimated. My coaching staff is solidified, and all the support staff is now in place, and it's a good group of people who want to do things at a really high level. I've been on the road quite a bit recruiting over the summer, but I think late July is when I finally got back in town to actually be here and get really focused, and we're just really excited to get going.
What's some of the biggest things that you learned about yourself and about the team in year 1 that you're hoping to continue to grow on in year 2?
Yeah, I think everybody wants to win, and I think that's the baseline for any successful program, is that winning has to be important. And so now I think that the group is really learning about what that looks like and what that is going to take. And so we had some highs and we had some lows last year. We had some big wins, and then we had some disappointing losses. And so getting some consistency, I think now the team knows what to expect from us as a coaching staff. We know a little bit more about what to expect from them, and the incomers, like integrating them into the group that was already here is going to be the biggest piece to pull it all together. So we're excited about it.
Speaking of the coaching staff, you have a new assistant and a new volunteer assistant. Talk a little bit about them and what they're bringing to your program.
Yeah, so Kelsey we hired in February, I believe. So she got to be here the bulk of the spring. She played at Florida State, so she played at a very, very high level. In a program that had a lot of success. She played in the NWSL for many years, and then she was an assistant at App State before coming here. She's played at the level. She knows what it takes, and she's bringing in some of the focal points for the goalkeepers to really, really elevate that environment. And she works hard. She's a recruiter. I think she's been a great addition. And then Mario Felix just joined the program, and he's he has a lot of experience at a lot of different levels, and he also has sat in the head coach's chair, which I think is a great thing to have on staff. The decisions that we make sometimes are hard, and you think through them, and to be able to bounce it off somebody who has sat in that chair, I think is critically important. He is high energy, very close attention to detail, and has really focused on just giving individual players some little points along the way that are going to make them better.
I looked at your schedule earlier. Some big opponents on there. 6 teams that were in the NCAA tournament last year. What's your initial thoughts on the schedule?
I mean, I think it's a great schedule. I think it's there's a really good balance to the non-conference portion of the season. We have some heavy hitters. We have North Carolina is coming in, which is one of the most storied programs in the NCAA. And so playing them in the early part of the season is just going to give us an opportunity to really test ourselves at the next level. We've got some mid-major programs that have had some success that are going to be challenges for us. And then, you know, I love that we have Kansas back on the schedule. You know, I know back when I was growing up, Mizzou, Kansas was kind of the big rivalry. So being able to bring that back in the fold is going to be awesome. And then absolutely, the SEC is one of the toughest conferences in the country, and we're excited to kind of build through the non-conference and build through some of those different challenges that we're going to face to prepare us to like have the best conference season that we possibly can.
You mentioned conference play, obviously. The SEC soccer has kind of continued to grow over these years and expand. What's the opportunities looking like for your team and the players this season?
Yeah, I think it remains to be seen, right? I think there's a lot of opportunity, and I think within the SEC, one of the things that's been really unique is there's been a lot of coaching changes. So there's a lot of new faces at the different programs. So while there's some that have long-sitting head coaches, and you kind of know what to expect from them in terms of style of play and things like that, there's been turnover at enough places that you're like, man, I really don't know what this is going to look like this year. So all year, it's going to be studying, you know, what other people are doing, refining what you're doing, and trying to put yourself in a great place. And we felt like we were in enough games last year that if we continue to push forward, that we can take that next step.
With all of these new coaches across the conference, what do you think sets you apart from them?
I mean, I think one, I love that I'm a female head coach in a Power 5 conference, because there's not a ton of us that are out there. I've been in the shoes of these young women, you know, at this level. We're very culture based. You know, we're very clear about who we want to be, both on and off the field, and we want high achieving young women. And you know, at the end of the day, for us, we have a great opportunity at a point in time in young women's lives where they're really trying to figure out who they are, to help them do that, help them learn how to derive their own confidence. I think sports is a great platform for them to have highs and lows, learn how to deal with failure, learn how to do things at a high level on a consistent basis, and really find their voice, and you know, go into that next phase of life ready to attack it and ready to be awesome at whatever that is. Some of them will want to go on and play, you know, and they're going to have those opportunities. Some of them are going to go to med school or, you know, something along those lines. And some of them might just want to be stay-at-home moms, you know, and we just want them to be awesome at whatever that is. And so we're trying to create the environment to set them up to have success while they're here, but be able to build off of that success for that next step in life.
All right, we'll have more after the break.